through that, you can get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life had changed forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina, otherwise...
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
The edge of their seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had them at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation. They do finances. I talk about traumedy. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. Stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
And welcome to the next week. I am Stars Tina, the person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. And I am so excited to be here for our Traumedy No More workshop series. If you didn't know, in a couple of weeks, she's coming out, my 3rd book. And this book right here, can I tell you, it just warms the cockles of my heart. Okay, I know that sounds really cool, corny, but anyway, every week I have been coming on, sharing a little bit about what's in the book. This way you have an idea of what's going on and why you want to get it and why you should get it for someone for Christmas, right? So Traumedy No More for Kids is a book that was inspired from my first book, No More Traumedy. Some of you are listening and you're like, what is a traumedy? She's saying that word wrong. No, I'm not saying it's wrong. Traumedy, my friends, is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. You see, when this happens, life-changing experiences occur, and it happens for everybody. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. They shy away from those sort of things. But I realized that children have a voice, and a lot of the times they don't get the opportunity to express themselves. So in this book, we are teaching children how to tap into those uncomfortable feelings, like anxiety. Does anyone out there struggle with anxiety a little bit? I remember I didn't even know what it was. My daughter's like, I have anxiety. I'm like, I kind of get it now. But anxiety, maybe a little bit of stress. And then from the stress comes depression. Well, guess what? Children get these things as well, even at really, really young ages. So our goal here at Elite Stars is to just stop it in its tracks before the kids get even older. A really popular movie is out, Inside Out Part 2. I remember someone said, Tina, you need to watch Inside Out. And I was like, I'm not watching a cartoon, are you crazy? But then I watched it and I was like, whoa. And as I was prepping for the book, I was speaking to my niece, she was 7 at the time. And I said, do you know what anxiety is? And she starts rambling off about it, how it's in the movie. And I was like, wow, that's pretty deep. Because as a child, I had no idea what it was. So in the book, we teach them how to tap into their feelings. It's super, super important that you understand what you're feeling. And I know a lot of adults struggle with understanding this. So if adults struggle with it, what do you think is going on with kids? Yeah. So I love to show them emoji boards and let's talk about our feelings, right? Are you happy? Are you mad? Are you glad? Are you anxious? Are you scared? Are you frightened? Like there's so many emotions. And one part of the book I spoke about it once is our feel wheel. And in this feel wheel, it breaks down the emotions into 6 different categories and then into subcategories. For example, I don't have my glasses on, forgive me. One of the feelings is scared, right? But then you're scared, but then there's deeper feelings below that scared feeling, like threatened, insecure, rejected, intimidated, helpless. Now in this section of the book, I put 7 pages here, so for like 7 days, you can do like a 7-day challenge. I want the children to look at this, and of course you want to do it with a parent, that's the best way. You look at it and you say, how am I feeling, right? And then over here, your daily journal. Why are you feeling that way? What triggered those feelings? And then once the child understands what they're feeling, then the magic occurs. Then they can tap into all of our skills, our tools, our tips, our strategies to make it feel better. Yes? Because in school, there's so many things going on. You may not like the way your hair looks. That was me all the time. You may not like the way your clothes fit or the type of sneakers you wear, or maybe you can't open your locker, or maybe you don't like whatever, right? So once you understand what's actually going on in your life, then you can tackle the tough stuff. And that's where the end of this book comes in. Did I say I love this book? Every time we're still doing our edits, the release date is November 23rd. So make sure you mark your calendars, November 23rd. And I'm so excited. I'm having a book launch. It's a virtual and an in-person book launch. And if you are in New Jersey, I really hope you can come and I can hug your neck. We're going to be launching my first book, which is No More Traumedy. It's already out. You can get it on YouTube. And in this particular book, it's for adults, all adults, really for women like myself who've gone through some type of traumedy. And I've gone through many traumedies in my life, and I just kind of changed my thinking, my perspective on the way I see things, the way I feel things, right? Because if I just stayed in that little bubble and those little cocoons of the traumedies that happened in my life, I wouldn't be a happy little camper, right? So what I did was I chose one of the hugest traumedies in my life, and my biggest traumedy, trigger warning for anyone watching this, is in 2016, my sonny boy, Jamal Molly Gaines, was tragically murdered. Yep, I said it. Can you imagine the best day of your life? Like, life is going great. That's how it was. It was a Friday night for me. I went to the gym early in the morning. I was hanging out with my son as I took him to work. I went to the gym. That night I went to Cheesecake Factory with some girls. I went on a date that night. Like, life was wonderful. And then I got that tragic phone call, right? Have you ever gotten a phone call, a text, a call, something, and it's like you had no idea what was going on? And then once I finally got the news, I'm sorry, miss, your son is dead. My life changed forever. That was my traumedy. I don't know what your traumedy is, but I can guarantee you, I know how you felt, whether it was getting a divorce, whether it was empty nest syndrome, losing a job. Like, we don't compare one person's traumedy to another person's traumedy because it's all feelings, right? So that's why I'm so passionate about this book for children. Today, I want to share one tip that just works so well, and you can use it today, right now, anytime, and it's breath work, my friend. There are so many different types of breath work. Today when I went to yoga, I don't know the name of the breath work, but it's the one where you have your fingers together and you inhale one side, squeeze, and then exhale at the other. I love it. I've done it before. I'm not going to teach you that one today. That's a little too complicated, okay? Today, I'm going to teach you one for my kiddies. And as I mentioned, in the back of the book, we have the last chapter, and the last chapter, which is chapter 6, as you can see. And I'm going to read for you. In my books, I like to make them different. So my last book, I did Bible verses in each chapter. This particular book, I did quotes. And the quote for chapter 6 is, "Your life is a journey. Rise up and live it," by Terry Mark. Your life is a journey, right? So we have to enjoy this journey. It's never just like, okay, I want to do this one thing. At least not for me. I do the one thing and then I want to do more and more and more, right? And then underneath each quote, we have the Molly Creed. The Molly Creed is something that my daughter and I together combined of quotes and things that my son said to his friends, to his employees, because after his death, I wanted to know more about him, because children are only going to show you one side of their life, right? And for me, he was that kid jumping around the house, yelling and screaming, and I was like, stop it! And he was like, yo, ma, check it out, right? Okay, maybe he didn't talk like that. Maybe that's how it was in my mind. But he said, when I'm at work, I have to be professional. You know, he's the owner of a sneaker boutique. He actually had two. Very successful. I have to be professional at work, Ma. I have to do this, I have to do that. And again, he was 21 years old. So when he came home, it's like he had to get rid of all this energy. And I say that to say there were parts of him that I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know that he would go to the YMCA once a week, or I don't know how often, to the Boys and Girls Club and play basketball with them. I didn't know that he had children come in from schools or I don't know, detention centers and pour into them. He even had this little 5-year-old working for him. He had flyers and he had the little boy take the flyers out and pass them out to people. So when I spoke to his friends, I said, tell me something about him or that he told you to inspire you. And that's where the Molly Creed comes into play. Whenever we do our events, our programs, and by the way, we do have a boys nonprofit program. And when we started it, this was a creed, and we would have the boys do it every single Saturday. I'd like to share them with you today. So the creed is, for the Molly Creed, I will be legit. Repeat after me. Come on, let me hear you. I will be legit. I will be a man of my word. I will do the right thing. I will have good customer service. I will present myself properly. I will respect my money. I will take care of my family. I will strive to do better. I will do things on time. I will make smart decisions. Now, when I heard these things, I was just like, my son said those things. I couldn't believe it. But I guess you see, parents, all the things that you pour into your children over the years, they get it. You may not see it, you may not recognize it, but they get it. So that's the creed right there. And then I also put I am statements, because we really want the children to tap into those I am statements. I am strong. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am amazing. Our theme song. So on every chapter, we have that as well. So as I mentioned, chapter 6, this is our Traumedy No More toolkit. And in the last chapter, there are so many different things to teach the children what to do when they're feeling anxious, stressed, or depressed. And it's cool because there's about 20 different things right there. But then we have examples, right? Like how to make your own bubbles at home. And these are great family game night things you can do. Making bubbles, making slime. I really want to do this. Elisa, Serenity. Let's make some slime next time I see you, all right? If anyone knows me, I love smiley faces. So, and it's real simple. The ingredients is washable glue, foam, shaving cream, saline solution, baking soda, baby oil, googly eyes, and heart beads. Okay, let's make this happen. And I didn't need my glasses for that. Woo woo. All right, as you go through, you see there's gardening, there's making bracelets. And if you know, I love making bracelets during COVID. That was my thing, right? Affirmation list. But what we're going to get into, what we are going to get into, take 2. What we are going to get into today, that was a tongue twister, wasn't it? Is breath work. So, to overcome anxiety, stress, and depression, breath work is the easiest thing you can do. One, because you can do it anywhere. Am I the only person when you get mad, you have to like go for a walk, go for a run, take a deep breath, just like what is it, right? There's so many different types of breath work. There's the bunny breath work. There's the lion's breath. There's a 5-finger. That's what I'm gonna teach you today. Today I'm gonna teach you 5-finger breathing. So let's all put our hand up like this, okay? And look, it actually fits my hands. Okay. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna start right here, but I'm gonna use my own hand. So put your hand up, because this is really cool. This side. Put your hand up. And we're gonna start on the bottom here. And then we're gonna come up and inhale. And then exhale. Now take a break. Before we get started, some important rules, okay? I believe in positive mindset. That's another section of the book. But when we're inhaling, I want you to inhale joy, peace, happiness. For me, it's butterflies, it's rainbows, it's a beautiful sunset, it's the moon coming up at night. Whatever's gonna make you feel, ooh, like just smile and feel good, that is what I want you to think about when you are inhaling, right? And if you want to get super deep, you want your belly to expand out. So inhale through your nose. And when you exhale, I want us to exhale out our mouth. Now, if we were doing lion's breath, we'd open our mouth and stick our tongue out, but we're not going that deep. And when you exhale, I want you to exhale anything that's not serving you. What are you talking about, Tina? Serving you means anything that's not making you feel good, right? Maybe it's a crick in your neck. And I find if you have a tightness in your shoulder, in your back, in your arms, in your leg, take your thoughts and your breath to that area of your body to push it out. Because usually what's happened is you're stressed, my friends. We want to get rid of the stress, right? So you're going to inhale through your nose, happiness, peace, and joy, and exhale anything that's just not serving you. Are you ready? All right, get that hand up. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pause for a bit. How do you feel? Now, something we should have done on a scale of 1 to 5. How are you feeling before the breath work and then after the breath work? Let's do it again, okay? But before we do it, right now on a scale of 1 to 5, energy-wise, meaning feeling relaxed, feeling wholesome, feeling joy, how are you feeling? I'm at like a 3.5, 3.75 right now. So how can we bring that number up? Being a little more positive. So think about something that makes your sha-na-na-na just go like, oh, it might be chocolate cake, it might be running, it might be a spin class, it might be your baby daddy or your husband or your wife or whatever, I don't know. But let's get into that space right now, okay? One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm a little bit more relaxed. I'm already in a good mood, right? I'm probably at 4 right now with the energy. So that is the one exercise I want you to take away from this exercise today that you can use in your life every single day. Add it to your morning rituals. And I'm hoping you have morning rituals. That's in the book as well. Children need morning and evening rituals just like we do as well. Now, if you didn't know, it is November now. Time is flying. This time last year, my first book was coming out. Phenomenal, right? I can't believe it. And as we get closer to the end of the year, we have 2 more months left. I don't know about you, but I get super excited. Excited/anxious/nervous/stressed/excited, like all the feelings all over the place, right? So I like to get laser beam focused on everything that's happening. I like to say you gotta focus on your future to get to the top. Say that with me one more time. Focus, come on. And this is focusing your binoculars. What do you see in your future? Focus on your future to get to the top. One more time. Focus on your future to get to the top. And where are you going? To the top. I can't hear you, crew. Where are you going? To the top. Why? Because the top is less congested. That's where you want to be, my friends, at the tippity top. Have you ever been to the Empire State Building in New York? Absolutely beautiful. I took my children there. And there's another one in Paris. I don't know the name of it, but it's similar to like the Empire State Building because it's really high, it's beautiful. And just being on top of these huge buildings, looking at the world, looking at all the wonderful things that you can do is amazing. So I really want you to tap in these last 2 months to what you want to do And I want to invite you to our November challenge. It is a fitness challenge, but not just fitness, guys. Fitness in all areas of your life, because you have to start with your body, your mindset, right? I always talk about that mindset, mind, body, soul connection. It's all connected. And in this November challenge, there's so much. We're having accountability meetings once a week. We're having fitness classes. We're having challenges with sit-ups, jump rope, you name it. We're having running clubs. We're having everything to get you focused for the holidays, because the last 2 months of the year, friends, most people gain between 2, 3, 4, maybe 7, maybe even 10 pounds the last couple of months of the year. So if you haven't even gotten rid of the weight that you wanted to get rid of from January, or if you just want to maintain, this is the challenge you want to join. Maybe you just want to be around a community of like-minded people that want to move forward, right? That's what you want to do. December, we have our vision board coming up. We have so much stuff. But today, it's all about the book. If you have not purchased your book yet, click the link there because you get a free gift with it. Book launch, November 23rd. I'm so excited to be here. I will be here again next week, every Wednesday night at 7:30, or just find the replays or whatever. Hey, one more thing. Don't forget to go over to YouTube and subscribe. The YouTube channel is amazing. You're gonna find these videos on there. You're gonna find fitness videos on there. You're gonna find motivational speeches on there. So much great, yummy stuff to warm your heart and soul. Alrighty, family and friends. I am Stars Tina, so excited to be here to share my love, to share my light, to share everything that God has given me to you. Stay tuned for new things, and remember, you are amazing. Peace, and I'm out of the Harry's. Bye.
The young entrepreneur was killed at a business he owned downtown.
Laying there in his puddle in his own blood at that point. Literally holding him and screaming his name as he's taking his last breath.
Gaines was 21 years old when he was murdered.
And the Emmy goes to The Tape Room, Jamal Malley Gaines.
What's going on with my son? Like, I'm sorry, your son is dead.
And the last time I saw my brother was in the hallway where he died. And I told him, you need to get a gun. You need to have more protection.
Somebody knows something. Somebody out there has some answers about what has happened.
This is ridiculous. Okay, it should not happen. This needs to stop. Young black man with a business. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yes!
They were coming after the story when they shot him. He was still just fighting as he was going down. He went out there charging like a lion, and that's what we named this foundation after, the lion-hearted legend, because he had so much freaking heart.
Greatness attracts hate and jealousy and envy and greed. Yes. When what it should attract is motivation. Because that's what Marley did for me. He motivated me.